Hello, today I'm just going to be bringing a video analysis of what I thought on the MTV Movie Awards. That's not something that I normally watch, but I just thought since I started this YouTube channel, mainly centered around movies, I'd just bring you guys an analysis or what I thought of the MTV Movie Awards, since probably a lot of you didn't watch it. It was hosted by Rebel Wilson. If you don't know who she is, she was Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect. She was the roommate in Bridesmaids, and she was even featured on an episode of Workaholics where she was a juggalo, and that was actually my favorite performance that she has been in because, just making fun of the Insane Clown Posse is always a good thing. She wasn't actually that funny, though. She was just kind of meh, decent. I felt like they could have chosen really anyone would have been funnier than her. She just had a lot of vagina jokes, and they kind of came across crude and not all that funny. But the first award was for male performance. That was given by Melissa McCarthy. She was also in Bridesmaids, and I can't remember the nominees. I didn't write them down in my notes. I just wrote down the winners and the recipients. It was Bradley Cooper of Silver Linings Playbook. I haven't personally seen Silver Linings Playbook yet, but I've heard it's phenomenal. I'm going to be looking into purchasing that one when it comes out on Blu-ray, and I'll have up a review. But I really liked the speech that he gave when he accepted his award, because he kind of went out of his way to stand for a cause. He spoke about how when soldiers come home, they're more likely to commit suicide than anyone else, and it's kind of an epidemic. And just more soldiers die at home due to suicide than actually in the front lines. So his speech is it was kind of really cool how he would just go out of his way to do that and try to make an impact. The next award was the top WTF moment. This was presented by Adam Sandler and Chris Rock, and they kind of had some weird comedy sketch that wasn't really all that funny, where they pretended to be swearing a lot and it'd bleep it out on TV if you were watching it. You didn't really miss anything good. And the winners were Jamie Foxx and Samuel L. Jackson for their performance in Django. They didn't really go into exactly what the WTF moment was, but I'm sure if you've seen Django, you'll know what it was. Okay, the next award was the best fight scene, and this was presented by the Star Trek cast from the upcoming movie Into Darkness. And I thought this one was actually the most deserving of the best fight. The Avengers got it. Even though it was a lot of CGI, a lot of work went into the fight scene, and the actors all did a phenomenal job. So, and Joss Whedon, the director, he just did everything perfectly for that movie. Okay, next. This wasn't actually a nominee type award, but it is a very significant award. It was the Trailblazer Award, and it was given out to Emma Watson for just everything she's done. She's really risen as a popular name, not just in the UK, but in America too. Just starting off from Harry Potter, and I think her most recent work was The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So I really think she's going to be a big name, probably throughout the next 20 to 30 years. So, yeah, she definitely deserved that award, and she was just so humble when she received it, and she was kind of crying out of happiness, so it was just really cool to see her win that, because she just deserved it, definitely. Next award, Best Kiss, was presented by Steve Carell and Amanda Seyfried. Steve Carell, funny as usual. Amanda Seyfried, don't really remember her at all from what she said last night, and that kind of goes to say how her actual presentation was. But it was awarded to Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper from Silver Linings Playbook. So, once again, we're hearing great things about this movie, and if you haven't seen it yet, I'd really recommend it. I haven't personally seen it, but I know it just has to be phenomenal. It's about psychological disorders. Robert De Niro is in it. He won an award for his performance. He won an Oscar, I believe. Um, Next, Peter Dinklage presented the Comedic Genius Award to Will Ferrell, and personally, I really, really like Peter Dinklage just because of his role as Tyrion in Game of Thrones, but he wasn't all that funny, but I guess he didn't need to be funny, he still kind of got laughs, but Will Ferrell, just the way he made his appearance on stage, he came out in a full just suit of money, and he was hilarious. Everything he did was just over the top funny, and that was probably the best moment of the award show. He even attempted to call his family onto the stage, and when his family came up, it was a Chinese family with 3 Chinese kids, and Chinese lady who was about 20 years older than him, who he was claiming to be his wife. But the next award was Breakthrough Performance, presented by the Fast and Furious 6 cast, and it, I think the breakthrough performance was won by Rebel Wilson, the host, for her performance in Pitch Perfect, and I really do think she deserved that because she was just hysterical in that movie. Next was the best shirtless performance. I really don't even think this should be an award, but we are on MTV, so we are going to have an award like that. And that was presented by the This Is the End cast. They were all pretty funny, I think. It had Seth Rogen, and I can't remember his name, but he was from Your Highness. I'm sure I'll remember his name later, but they just, since the award was for best shirtless scene, they of course pulled their pants down and had some skit about that. But as you may have guessed, the winner of the best shirtless scene is Taylor Lautner, because every time he's in Twilight, he has his shirt off. Okay, next, it wasn't actually part of the award show, but it was a commercial during it, and I just thought it's worth talking about. It had an Iron Man 3 sneak peek, and I'm definitely going to go see that in the theaters, and it just looked really great. So I'd recommend watching a trailer or something if you haven't seen it yet. And then another trailer was the World War Z trailer. Of course, Brad Pitt is in that, and he's just great in everything he's in, and the recent just zombie phase that everyone's going into now. And I saw a poster online where it even looks like cats are getting infected, so that movie definitely looks like it's going to be interesting and definitely a twist on the whole zombie thing. Next, Chloe Grace Moretz, and I can't remember her name and I didn't get to write it down, but she was the star of Beast of the Southern Wild, presented the award for Best Villain, and this one, I think it's probably the most deserving award, went to Tom Hiddleston, because everyone loves his performance as Loki, and it was just phenomenal. Okay, next, just another trailer I thought I'd talk about. It was the Man of Steel trailer. It wasn't really much of a trailer, but it was kind of enticing, and it made me want to go see Man of Steel even more than I already do. It was just a brief clip of General Zod talking over kind of a fuzzy screen going all green. This award wasn't really presented by anybody. It was just kind of a flash up on the screen, and commentary said who won it, but it was the best hero, and I'm really glad that Martin Freeman won this. He won it for his performance as Bilbo Baggins, and hopefully he'll win more awards as the Hobbit trilogy continues. Next, Kerry Washington presented the Generation Award, and it went to Jamie Foxx. And honestly, I really don't know that much about Jamie Foxx besides he was in Django and Horrible Bosses. I'm sure he was in a lot of great other stuff if he was to win the Generation Award. So I'll definitely need to look into him more, maybe watch some other of his stuff, because from what I've heard, he's just a great actor. Let's see. Next they had some actor and actress from Teen Wolf and Awkward, which shows I've never seen before because I don't really watch MTV all that much, present the best musical performance. And of course, it went to the cast of Pitch Perfect, which they completely deserved it though. And lastly, Brad Pitt presented the award for Movie of the Year, which was The Avengers. Personally, I would have been happy if any of the movies that were nominated for Movie of the Year won it, because I believe it was The Avengers, The Dark Knight Rises, Silver Linings Playbook, that's about all. Django Unchained, Ted was in there. I don't really think Ted should have even been nominated. A comedy should never be nominated for Movie of the Year, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, lastly, the only thing I really need to talk about now is Josh Whedon came up on the stage at the very end, and he announced Avengers 2 coming in 2015. I'm not actually sure if it had been already announced, but this confirmed it, and he just wants to go bigger and better and make a lot of changes for the Avengers 2, and this could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm saying it's probably a good thing, but that's something to look forward to in 2015. Okay, so that is my complete analysis of the MTV Movie Awards. Hope you guys liked it, and just, if you want to see more, I'll probably be posting my collection TV box set sometime later today. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, or share. Thank you.